Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Fisker. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investing journey together. Today we're going to be talking about Fisker. Should you buy Fisker stock at $13.86? Is now a good time to be starting to pick up these EV companies? Well, I hope to answer all those questions for you guys by the end of the video. I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It is just my personal opinion and for educational purposes only. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So if you guys don't know what Fisker actually is, right, they improvise in e-mobility solutions, basically another EV company. Now, there's a lot of EV companies out there that are coming up. A lot of them are starting to IPO, and a lot of people are definitely trying to figure out, which EV company is basically the best EV company to buy. We all know that, there's a lot of EV companies out there to choose from. There's NIO, there's Tesla, there's Lucid Motors, there's Lordstown Motors, all of these different types of EV companies, but it's very difficult to kind of choose, which car company or which EV company basically is going to be the biggest winner. Now, a little history about Fisker. It launched in 2016 and it's founded in Southern California. And just to put for the record, I live in Southern California. So, I do see their dealerships around. I do see that, but it's a lot of kind of in between of like what people actually think about Fisker, and now is a very good time. And why I think right now is a very good time to be buying Fisker. Like I said, one, the EV market is growing and evolving very, very quickly. Now, yes, it all did start with Tesla, but like I said, there's a lot of other EV companies out there that do want a piece of the pie. A lot of them trying to put as much effort as possible to come out and be the next EV company. EV is definitely going to be the future. A lot of people are starting to realize that, and that's why we see a lot of these top EV companies that are starting to IPO. They're starting to come out. They're starting to, build cars. But Fisker is an established EV company. It's not one of those ones that just IPO'd. It's not one of those ones that's just not really doing anything. Fisker has already started selling cars, and it's already, kind of making its way. It's got factories ready to go. And here's the cool thing about Fisker. There's been a lot of good news regarding Fisker, and one of them is it just got basically, an analyst upgrade from JP Morgan to about $40 a share, which is absolutely amazing. And they also do see the potential for the stock to actually be able to hit $90. That's very good. Now, if we take a look at the one-year chart, kind of looking into Fisker a little bit, we see here that it did have a high of $27. This was kind of when all the EV companies were booming back in like March. And then obviously we had a little bit of an EV crash, a little bit of a correction. Fisker getting down all the way down to $9. And taking a look here, we see on June 28th, it shot all the way back up to $20. And like I said, that was when JP Morgan basically, Morgan Stanley basically put an analyst upgrade on Fisker, which is absolutely amazing. And like I said, I do see their vehicles driving around. So the company does have vehicles on the road. Now, like I said, it being in Southern California, it does have to compete with Tesla. We know Lucid Motors is another top competitor for the EV company as well. So taking a look at everything and kind of seeing, we see that the EV market is evolving. But for me, I do think that Fisker is going to be one of the top competitors when it actually does come to the EV game. Like I said, they already have cars on the road. They're already selling cars. Even a lot of big time analysts are super bullish on Fisker as well. I know Bank of America has a $30 price target on Fisker within the next 12 months. So that's pretty good to say the least. Like I said, with EV market evolving and growing very, very quickly, we see that, right now is a very good time to pick up the stock. And here's the beauty of it. Fisker stock right now is still selling at a huge discount. Like I said, this stock was trading at $30 right before the little EV correction. And I do think that Fisker does have the possibility of re-hitting that $30 mark by the end of this year. The fact that the company is selling cars, the fact that the company is growing very quickly, the fact that the EV market is growing very quickly, there's a lot of reasons to be bullish on Fisker. Like I said, there's been a lot of mix with the EV game lately. A lot of people are not really feeling too confident about the EV market because there's a lot of EV companies out there that are not doing well. We had Lordstown Motors where the CEO and them all resigned. And then, we have, Nikola Motors that was basically a fraud EV company. But I can tell you right now that Fisker is actually legit. I do see the legitimately in Fisker. I do think that this company does have a lot to offer. So my overall price prediction for Fisker by the end of the year, I do think that Fisker can re-hit the $30 mark by the end of this year. Now, a lot of people are like, okay, that's not that much, but you have to think about it this way. That's over a 100% gain in basically the next 4 to 5 months. I know it's pretty steep, but there was nothing really wrong with Fisker as a company for it to fall as much as it did. You know, like I said, we see here trading at $28 and then falling all the way down to $9. Now we hit this peak at $20 when I got a huge analyst upgrade, and it's seeing the potential, a lot of analysts see the potential of Fisker being able to go a lot higher. And you know, now we're just kind of hovering back around the $13, $14 mark. And right now I see the potential that the stock has. I see how much the company's actually growing. And I see that it's trading at an absolute discount. And I know it's hard to stomach. You know, I know a lot of people out there are losing money. You know, that's just part of the process. You know, you just kind of have to wait for the recovery aspect of things. But for me, this is the opportunity I always seek when it comes to these types of stocks. I see the long-term potential. You know, and I do want to reiterate that Fisker is a longer term hold. I do think that Fisker is a good stock in the long run, being able to accomplish what it already has and what it's going to be able to accomplish over the next 12 months. When you are buying these EV companies, you guys have to think long term. You have to give them time to get profitable. You have to give them time to expand. You have to give them time to make plans to continue to expanding their overall growth. And we all know that even Tesla itself, now currently sitting at $700 a share after the split, once traded around $12 to $15 as well. It just takes time for these companies to be able to, you know, start selling more cars, make a name for themselves, establish their brand, and that stuff does take time. But I do see Fisker being able to hit $30 for the end of this year, and I do see Fisker being able to hit $50 by 2022. And like I said, that's my overall personal price prediction. It's just all opinionated. It isn't fact. But I do think that it is worth picking up Fisker stock at $13.86. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think of Fisker stock. Do you guys think Fisker stock is a good buy at $13.86? If you guys own Fisker stock, how many shares you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.